here. My name is Crystal. Welcome. So tonight we're going to be doing our September wrap-up video. Now I didn't read a whole lot, but I felt I read enough to do a wrap-up video. So the first one we're going to talk about is Wintersong by S.J. Jones. Now this here was the very first fantasy I ever read, and I really did enjoy this. Basically what this is about is there's a family that runs an inn, and there is the mother, the father, the grandmother's name is Constance, and then there's 3 children, Kathy, Elizabeth, and Joseph. Now Constance, the grandmother, has always brought them up telling them the tale about the Goblin King in the underworld. Now the father, he raised Joseph to love music, read, write, compose, everything. He made Joseph the star of the family with his beautiful music. It was playing Mozart, just everything. It just came naturally within his heart. The family did not know a secret between Lizel and Joseph is that Lizel composed music as well, and she did it just as well as Joseph. But the women weren't really recognized for their music, so all the time it was always about Joseph. Lizel, she was very shy about her music because her father always told her she wasn't as good at it as Joseph, so she pretty much kept that a secret between her and her brother. Now the story starts out the last night of the year and winter begins. So the Goblin King, he sets out to go find his bride. He goes to the above world. When Lizel finds out her sister had been taken, because the Goblin King had taken Kathy, so she had to go on a journey to the underworld to save her sister. So that's pretty much the synopsis of this book. I love this book. This book is 434 pages, and I flew through this. If I would have continued to read only this one, I probably would have finished it in 2 days. Gave this a 5-star read. So I went and I grabbed this off my shelf. This is the second book in the series. This is Shadow Song. This is supposed to be 5 years after Wintersong ended. Now when I first purchased this book, I found this one at the Goodwill, I want to say $2, and I thought this was the most beautiful cover, so of course I went and had to get the second one. So that was the first book that I read in September. The second book that I read is called Ice Cold. Now this book is based in Germany, and it is based in the late 1930s. Now, this is a book that I did read the synopsis, and when I read the synopsis and bought it, I thought it was going to be a serial killer that goes around and they're looking for them and things like that. Actually, this ended up being a serial killer, but he only was a predator towards women, and I did not like that. So it was basically, you're reading about this man who are watching women, following women, getting them, abusing them, and I didn't like it. I did finish this, but it was just basically too much violence for me. So I did not like this. I did not like anything about this book. Yeah, pass. I won't even give this to anybody. It was just that bad to me. I would just basically donate this book. Okay, so the next book I read, The Fear Zone. I actually did a complete video about this So what I will do is I will post that link in the description box below if you want to know more about it. This is pretty much a YA version of Stephen King's It. Gives me that kind of vibe, along with the cover as well. This is one that I did give 5 stars, and this is one that I will not pass up. This is going to go back on my bookshelf. And the next one, for some reason I had to throw a Christmas. I don't know, I just felt in the mood because I'm such a mood reader, so I went ahead and I put a Christmas story in there. This is a romance. I did do a video on this one as well that I'll link below. This one I did give a 5-star, and this one I did keep the book, and not gonna pass this one. I may pass this on later, but just not at the moment. And then finally, the last book I read in September, of course, Agatha Christie. If you've been watching me, I said that I'm always gonna have an Agatha Christie on my TBR. This is my 3rd Agatha that I've read, and I have not had any complaints with any of her books so far. I've loved every one of them, and I did mention that all my Agatha Christie books I will be keeping. So yeah, guys, that is my wrap up for September. If you made it this far, I'd really appreciate you throwing me a like. Leave me a comment in below. Give me some engagement. Stay safe out there. Stay blessed. And I'll see you in the next video.